Sacha Mngomezulu signs till 2039. He gets his contract extended at the Stormers, and this is absolutely key and massive for the Stormers. This is huge for the Stormers organization. I mean, currently the best fly half in the world, rated just that way by World Rugby as well. I mean, made the dream team, made Rugby Pass top one player in the world, so obviously he's rated very highly. He's one of the best rugby players in the world, and he's only 23 years old. He's so young still. He has a long way to go in his career, and he's just extended with the Stormers for another 2 years, because he signed till 2027 and now he signed till 2029, which is huge for them. I know the Stormers have this saying of Project 2029, so they're obviously building a lot of young players. And if you look at that squad, it's right. I mean, their captain, Salman Murat's not an old guy. He's the same age as Damian Willemse, so he's about 27 now. He's not the oldest guy either. You have the likes of Ntutoko Mchunu they've brought in. I've heard rumblings of Vokulo coming back. You have the likes of Vernon Matongo in the forwards, Andre Igufente, JJ Kotze, lots of players. Zachary Porton. You have, let me think of some other names. You have Paul de Villiers, a young superstar right now. Ivan Roos, also a young guy. Marcel Tiernis and Ben Jason Dixon's not an old guy. You have the likes of Imad Khan. You have some really good young players there. You have Yuri Matia. Now you have Sacha Mngomezulu as well. You have Wandisile Simelane, who's not an old guy as well. You have Dylan Mart, who's on the older side, but he's a new, exciting face around there. So there's some incredible young players in that Stormers team. I mean, that Project 2029 or 2031 is looking awesome. And I mean, at the rate they're going right now, they could win this year. I mean, that would be incredible if you look at the likes of the young players that are really standing out. I mean, Paul de Villiers has had 3 man of the match or 4 man of the match awards in his last 3 or 4 games. That is absolutely incredible. And if you just extend a guy like Sacha, probably the best fly off in the world right now, the Stormers can only go up from here. And especially if they get a few more signings, which I think they will, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, not only in the URC, but in the Champions Cup as well. I will say one thing I've really been enjoying from the Stormers this year is that they've taken the Champions Cup head on. They're trying to win that competition, and I love it, because that is my favorite competition in the world for club rugby. That is the best club rugby competition in the world. And if you can try to win that competition, you have bragging rights amongst all the clubs in Europe. So yeah, I'm glad to see that they're taking that one seriously. I think them and the Sharks could do well in that competition. Bulls struggling a bit recently, but I mean, the Stormers with the likes of Sacha Mngomezulu, Damian Willemse, Kobus Reinach, they can go far in that competition. They've already won a few games away from home. Munster, the big one. Bayonne as well in the Champions Cup. They won a game at home as well against La Rochelle. A weakened La Rochelle, but still they got the win against a good side. So Stormers are really trending in the right direction, and it's very exciting times right now for Stormers fans. I mean, if you are being able to extend a player like Sacha Mngomezulu for this amount of time is huge. He might just be one of the best players ever when he's said and done. I know it sounds a bit early, but I'm just putting it out there. The Stormers were still able to get that guy to sign. That's huge for South African rugby, because South African rugby has been struggling with that. Because I can imagine there must have been teams from the Prem, there must have been teams especially from France and Japan throwing money at him. I did hear John Dobson, the head coach from the Stormers, say that they had to get third parties involved from a money perspective. So I'm sure that it must be a absolutely huge contract that Sacha signed, a massive contract extension. But I mean, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. And I think the next key thing for them to do is probably try and nail down Damian Willemse's contract, because I can imagine a guy like him must be getting contract offers from everywhere. And to be fair, I wouldn't mind seeing him in the top 14. I think he would be incredible there. But he is a Stormers man through and through, and probably the best young player I've ever seen in my life at the time when he was still in school playing for Western Province. So I'd like to see him at least get a few more caps and a few more seasons for the Stormers. But yeah, massive for Sacha, massive for the Stormers, massive for South African rugby in general. So this is huge for the URC as well, because if you keep those big names like that in the competition, it can only help the viewers, it can only help the attendance in the stadiums, and that just brings an all-round positive energy to the competition. And if you take that even further to the Investec Champions Cup, I know a lot of people have been complaining that the South Africa teams haven't taken it seriously, which I personally agree with. Don't like seeing weakened teams getting sent out. Now that the Stormers are taking it seriously, and they have superstar players like Sacha Mngomezulu and Damian Willemse, it just makes the whole tournament better for everyone. And if you can get like 1 or 2 South African teams making the quarters or semi-finals of that tournament, it just boosts the whole tournament, the whole brand of it, all the attendance, everything. So this is huge for all rugby in the world, that he could keep signing at the Stormers, that he's still playing there for another 2 extra years. I mean, after that, he'll still only be 27. So, I mean, if after 2029 he wants to go to the top 14 and maybe win a few tournaments there, a few championships there or something, then he deserves it. But I mean, for now, he's doing the right thing, I think, and I think this is a huge move for him and for the Stormers, and I can't wait to see. But yeah, guys, please let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'll be doing a lot more rugby videos, like previews, reviews, news stories, everything, guys. All teams, Six Nations, Springboks, All Blacks, Rugby Championship, World Cup, everything. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for all the support, and please don't forget to like, subscribe to help channel grow. Cheers.